All right, man. Culture chat. You know what it is, man. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. All right, man. All right, man. Torture Talk. What's good, man? How y'all doing, man? I'm back in the studio. All right, so look, man. Today's episode, I'm gonna do a couple episodes today, and I don't know if they all gonna come out, but probably at least 2 or 3 of them gonna come out. But I'm gonna talk about family matters because this is a year anniversary. I'm gonna talk about a couple other joints, and obviously I'm gonna talk about Not Like Us. But we're gonna get into Family Matters today, and we're gonna talk about how terribly Family Matters aged. It really aged really bad, and a lot of people are trying to use this as the definitive talking point of why Drake won the battle, which I don't understand. But before we get into that, I got to get a legendary spill. This is Torture Talk. If you like the content, please consider subscribing. If you're new here, let me work for your subscription today. All the beautiful, single, sexy ladies, put one in the chat. All the fellas, y'all know where to find the ones that just don't harass them. I don't sell no merch, but I do have content absolutely free. But if you want to leave a donation, link is right on the screen. Cash App. No more PayPal. They call me the hidden gem. I went from 1,300 subscribers to over 13, 14, 15, 16, 17,000. And yes, I am the king of the north. Let me know what kingdom you from. Also, go subscribe to Torture Talk After Hours. That is at the description, right at the top of the description box. And I will be going to the GNX concert. If it doesn't get canceled, hopefully it doesn't, I'm going to still show up. And yeah, that's tomorrow or today, which one it is. I don't know. But yeah, so look, man, we're going to get into this and we'll be back to discuss. This comes courtesy of therapy, so you already know what it is. And we're going to go through this, man, and give our take. So let's get it.
Like the video. Voice is still cooked.
Family Matters is a year old today, so just 16 more years until academics can bump it with pride, but it felt appropriate to look back on it and see how it's aged. Hope you all enjoy.
Therapy. Maybe in this song, you shouldn't start by saying,
Nigga, I said it, I know that you mad. I've emptied the clip over friendlier jabs. You mentioned my seed and I deal with his dad. I gotta go bad, I gotta go bad.
I don't know what's more weird, getting your mom on the diss track, fighting for your right to use the N-word in rap music, referring to your kid as your seed, or saying, I gotta go bad, like you desperately need to use the bathroom. It's not a great start. I don't think Kendrick...
Yeah, I mean, I find that funny. I don't know if his mom actually did that, though. I don't know if his mom actually defended his right to use it. I think she was saying maybe on this song, you shouldn't say that because what Kendrick said. And I guess his mom was saying, like, maybe that's not a good thing for you to say. But some people would say, well, she was saying maybe on this song, which means she was like, maybe on this one, maybe you shouldn't use it. But if you do use it, you did use it before, but just don't use it on this one because. But the irony in that is she was right. She was right. His mom was right. Maybe on this song you shouldn't start her by saying that, and he did anyway. Didn't listen to his mom, and what happened? She was absolutely right. She's right about that.
Heard it and was like, we got our hands full with this one.
I gotta go bad. Yeah, drop a 50 bag for the mob in a spot. Drop a 50 bag, 29 for the thought.
That right there. Yo, the more I think about it, the more and more this actually just really aged badly. Drop. And now Kendrick is using that against you. You told me to drop, and this is what I did. And now look where I'm at, and look where you at. Yeah, this is bad. This is bad.
I was really trying to keep it PG. I was really trying to keep it PG. If you had a set, they give your ass a DP. You civilian gang in real life, you PC.
Drop would not age well because in the following Drake track, he would claim that Kendrick actually has the entire thing burnt out. Then Drake would go on to ask for a round 2, which was promptly denied. I was trying to keep it PG is absolutely not something you want to hear from Drake. I don't feel like I have to explain why. He's making a
I was trying to keep it PG. Y'all already know what that means. But was you really trying to keep it PG, Drake? I don't think Drake was trying to keep it PG. I don't think he was. I think Drake did exactly what he wanted to do. He wasn't trying to keep it PG. Because the crazy part is, Kendrick Lamar was the one out here saying that he wanted this to be a friendly fade. And now Drake is claiming in Family Matters that he wanted to keep it PG. Like, cut it out.
Reference to PG Lang, which is Kendrick's company. But what is the diss even? If you had a set, they'd give your ass a DP?
What do you mean by that?
Now, I know that DP in this context stands for disciplinary punishment, but this is a flaw in Drake's writing. Give your ass a DP is a wild thing to say. It's not something that you want anyone to misconstrue for something else. I will say no more on this matter. Let's listen to the first verse.
You know who really bang except my nigga YG. You know who really bang except my nigga Chuck T. You know who even bang except out there is CB. And nigga Cole losing sleep on this, it ain't me.
Now, I love a good J-Fold diss for...
Nigga, it ain't me. Yo. I don't care what nobody say, man. That part was funny. He got J. Cole out of here. Even though he wasn't really dissing J. Cole, he kind of was, but he didn't really diss him. But it's kind of like he was like, nigga, Cole leaves asleep. Nigga, it ain't me. like this nigga stressing. Ah, that was funny. Oh my God.
Really bang except my nigga Chuck T. You know who even bang except out there is CB. And nigga Cole losing sleep on this, it ain't me.
Now, I love a good J-Fold diss for no reason, but mentioning YG is just wonderful because he would go on to perform at Kendrick's pop-out show. And furthermore, mentioning Chris Brown is always going to be funny to me. I know Chris Brown famously said he would break Quavo in half, but you're not going to convince me that this guy really bangs a set and I should fear him. I just don't care.
Nah, but you know it's funny too? The fact that that's being said. Dave definitely was beefing. You know what I'm saying? They definitely was beefing. They actually had a fight. Not a fist fight, but I think he sent Chris Brown a bottle and said, I'm fucking your girl. And then Chris Brown and they was throwing bottles in the club or something like that. But they definitely had a squabble, not a real squabble, but you know what I mean. But yeah, man, that's crazy. It's crazy for him to shout Chris Brown out after he did what he did.
Ain't me. You better have some paperwork or that shit fake T. Can't be rapping about no ratting that we can't read. I mean, it's true, a nigga slimy for my AP. Just like how Metro nigga slimy for his main squeeze. Out here begging for attention.
The thing is, Kendrick never mentioned anything about he said that he know more shit about Gunna. More shit about like Gunna. He never said you was a rat. He never said that. So I don't know where he got that from.
Can't be rapping about no ratting that we can't read. I mean, it's true, a nigga slimy for my AP. Just like how Metro nigga slimy for his main squeeze. Out here begging for attention, nigga, say please. Always rapping like you about to get the slaves freed.
What?
It's been 300 days.
And
That was the worst. That was the worst ever right there. I don't know why he said that. That right there. That was a career ender right there. He should have never ever said that. That line will forever, ever haunt him. Forever, that line will haunt him. He can't get around that line.
still don't know what Labrie was thinking rapping this. What is wrong with wanting the slaves freed? Why are you trying to poke Metro by saying someone stole his girl?
Am I supposed to care about this?
Why even remind us that someone ran off with your watch once? Why are you saying fake tea unironically in a diss track? I have so many questions, mainly,
What happened to the game I love?
Get the slaves freed. You just acting like an activist. It's make believe. Don't even go back to your hood and plant no money trees. Say you hate the girls I fuck, but what you really mean? I've been with black and white and everything that's in between. You the black messiah, wifing up a mixed queen, and hit vanilla cream to help out with your self-esteem.
Drake really has like 25% of a diss here. He's like, what do you mean you hate the women I have sex with? I have sex with so many women, Kendrick. You have no idea how many women I've had sex with. They all look so different, man.
Okay.
But if he would have just ignored that bait and just simply went with, you wifed up a mixed queen and hit vanilla cream to help out with your self-esteem, that's actually a bar. That's one of the only bars.
Yeah, that's actually is a bar. But I think that him mentioning that, talking about that he wifed up a mixed queen, and then saying that he hits vanilla to help out with his self-esteem, it kind of doesn't make sense, because why would he need helping out with his self-esteem if you're basically saying that he has a mixed woman? That doesn't make sense. If he had a problem with black, wouldn't he just it would have been better if he was with a black woman, and then you said that he was messing with a white woman, and that just helps out his self-esteem. But you saying that Kendrick hates himself? Out of all the things that Kendrick has done and said towards for black people and done for black people, and the most uplifting music he has ever done for black people, why would you think that he hates himself? Because he has sex with women, different colored women, and then you admitted that you do too. But what the craziest part is, Kendrick Lamar said that in Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. He said why he does this. So I don't know. Let's keep it going.
That I actually really enjoyed, because I feel like a whole verse making fun of Kendrick rapping on Mr. Morale about having sex with white women and upsetting Whitney, I feel like that would have done far more damage than literally like anything else here. But unfortunately, Drake gives it one bar and then moves on to some other stupid stuff. Also, it is verifiably false that Kendrick does not give back to the hood. That's crazy.
Also, Bobby, shit, I wanna know what Whitney need. All that puppy love was over in y'all late teens. Why you never hold your son and tell him say cheese? We could've left the kids out of this, don't blame me. You a dog and you know it, you just play sweet. Your baby mama captions always screaming, save me. You did it dirty all your life, you tryna make peace. I heard that one of them little kids might be day free.
Stop talking! First of all, the rhyme scheme is...
The crazy thing is, too, like, him saying, that means you've been really following his girl. Because you, like, her captions say, save, is screaming, save me. Like, you've been really watching her. Like, really.
So aggressively mid. It's such a tired flow listening back to this first verse. Drake also making assumptions based on IG captions is super lame. You a dog and you know it. You just play sweet. How? Where? What do we even mean? Also, it's been a year, and there is no evidence, zero, that Kendrick's kids aren't his. I don't even think Drake fans are trying to convince anybody that that's true anymore. I get it's a diss and we're just throwing shit out there, but like, what a ridiculous thing to rap about with just no substance. Kendrick probably also has said at least a couple of things that are untrue, but they're based on something. This came out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand either. I don't understand why Drake would actually make up that bar. Like, I don't know, maybe he thought that they was gonna rattle Kendrick or something. But I have no idea why he would do that. No idea at all.
Don't make it day freeze. Cause if your GM is your BM secret BD, then this is all making plenty fucking sense to me. Hey, let that shorty breathe. Shake that ass, bitch. Hands on your knees. Hands on your knees. Hands on your knees. Shake that ass for Drake. Now shake that ass for free. Yeah, yeah. We're not that kind of free. I'm talking about my nigga Dave.
Okay, first of all, explaining the bar is crazy. Also, calling Whitney a bitch and telling her to twerk is absolutely unhinged. It's so unnecessarily gross and uncalled for. kind of have to admire it in a way because it's obvious that Drake isn't better at rapping or writing. So let me just make up awful stuff about your girl and degrade her in my song.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to understand. Like, how are people saying that this is actually really good? Like, this is one of the best joints. I don't understand it. This nigga literally said that. Shake that ass. Don't shake that ass for Drake. Don't shake that ass for free. I ain't talking about free. I'm talking about my nigga Dave. like, come on, bro. Like, what are we doing here? This is crazy.
I mean, I don't actually respect it at all, like person to person, but at least he's putting up a fight in the only way he knows how. I want you all to make a mental note of what we just heard from Drake and the way he talked about Whitney, and I want you to keep that in mind when you hear people online talking about how Kendrick might be dragging it or how him continuing to mock Drake on the GNX tour is him milking it or doing too much. I have a wife myself. If somebody rapped about my girl this way, I would probably drop a diss track on them every single day until they retired. So I don't really see what the issue is, but let's move forward. This verse ends in a pretty silly way.
I'm talking about my nigga Dave. Yo man, a Lil K, we call that shit a mini Drake. He always said I overlooked him, I was staring straight. These bars go over Kenny head no matter what I say. I know you like to keep it short, so let me paraphrase. Knew it was smoke when Abel hit us with the serenade. Niggas say, almost started reaching for my ways.
After completely disparaging the boogeyman's one true love, Drake then calls him short 3 times and then mocks The Weeknd for singing. I don't know. For the record, the flow was...
That's true. Like, why? Like, why did you... He said, nigga said, I almost reached for my waist. Why would you almost reach for your waist? And Drake, did you really almost reach for your waist? Like, did you really almost reach for your waist? Your waist for what, Drake? What did you reach for your waist for? Like, what? like, come on, bro. You can't be serious.
Same the entire verse, just not super impressive stuff for Drake in the rap battle of his life. We get the hook again, and then the second verse.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. That first verse was terrible. It was terrible. Now that I listen to it again, that first verse was terrible. If I had to give it like score points 1 out of 10, I would probably give it like a 4. The first verse was terrible. That was terrible. Drop it 50 bag for a mob in the spot. I was really just trying to keep it PG. Like that verse was terrible. It was trash.
Where many claim that Drake is really in his bag because he's saying the words faster.
Yo, look. If Drake shooters doing TikToks, nigga really shooting in your gang, that's peace, brother. Y'all ain't getting shit shot, nigga. Can't listen to the stick talking falsetto, saving for a hip hop, nigga. You don't even be at home, dog. You a souvenir out the gift shop, nigga. Still mad about that one hoe. We ain't even fuck. I just lip lock with her. I get active when it's wartime. I ain't even really let my dick drop, nigga. What the fuck? I heard Rick drop, nigga. Talking something.
Now I will say this: this is out of all the diss tracks Drake did, this version this part right here, is the best part. I think that he should have rapped like this on all the songs. I think Push Ups was okay. I think this part of the song was the best. And he did Telemade, and he did Hard Part 6. This right here is this is my favorite part, actually.
You a souvenir out the gift shop, nigga. Still mad about that one hoe. We ain't even fuck. I just lip lock with her. I get active when it's wartime. I ain't even really let my dick drop, nigga. What the fuck? I heard Rick drop, nigga. Talking something about a nose job, nigga. Ozempic got a side effect of jealousy and doubt. I never told y'all niggas. Put a nigga in the bars, let a nigga rock, kinda like your old job, nigga. House sitting on some land, but it's out where no one even really know y'all niggas. Bitches gotta drive 2 hours for you pay them just to give a blow job, nigga. Must've started up a snowball, cause my last record deal was 400 ends. These days, that's a low bar, nigga.
The flow here is better. Drake sounds a little more locked in. It's still monotone, but it's okay. Drake says, y'all are not actually tough. You sing in falsetto, Mr. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You don't even be at home. You're always on the road. You're upset over a girl. I didn't even put it in her. I just gave her a kiss. I get active. I didn't even pull my dong out.
You what?
By the way, Rick Ross, you're fat. Well, at least you were. You took Ozempic, but a side effect of that Ozempic, Mr. Ross, is jealousy. I guess the doc didn't tell you that, huh? Also, you used to be a correctional officer.
Damn.
That is kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. Drake drawing attention to that is pretty good. Also, you live way out in the middle of nowhere and you pay women to drive hours to get there just to give you that good college. Fuck to it. This is actually kind of a funny diss, I'm not gonna lie. Like, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah, that was kind of funny. In the middle of nowhere, you got girls dropping out there just to give you a blowjob. Bruh.
Rick Ross, what are you doing out there? Also, I'm rich. Who's next? I do see the appeal of this verse. I understand why Drake fans would think he was in his bag. Like, the rapping is fine, the flow is a little bit better, and he seems to know a lot more about Rick Ross than one would expect. But, you know, yeah, I see the appeal. Also, I'm rich. Who's next?
These days, that's a low bar, nigga. Hey, who's next on the list? Which one of my so-called niggas? Which one of my so-called niggas? Which one of my so-called niggas need a sheriff on the clip? Always knew I had to smoke y'all niggas.
Now, I remember hearing this and thinking to myself, why is Drake using the N-word so many times? But I actually have a great theory from a fellow YouTuber who broke this down in a really concise and intelligent way. So I'm just gonna let them take it from here. Really short explanation that'll put everything into perspective.
And what's also really clever here is that Drake is 37 years old and he says the N-word 37 times on this track. And I believe his reasons for doing this is he's basically saying the word for every year that he's been alive.
Good kid, Mad City van.
Yo, that is classic. He said, he could use a Kendrick joke.
I believe his reasons for doing this is he's basically saying the word for every year that he's been alive.
Good kid, Mad City van. We'll pot the latch and make the door slide. Tears running down my cheek, laughing at you, pussy dying. It's a war cry. Weekend music getting played in all the spots where boys got a little more.
That was fire. That bar was fire. I ain't gonna lie. That was one of the best bars of the battle. It wasn't the best bar, but it's definitely in the top 5. Definitely. I think he only got one of those. You know what I'm saying? Tears running down my face is a war cry. Yeah, that was pretty fire.
Good kid, Mad City van. We'll pot the latch and make the door slide. Tears running down my cheek, laughing at you, pussy dying. It's a war cry. Weekend music getting played in all the spots where boys got a little more pride.
Music is forever, and I feel like it's important for us to acknowledge that Drake is trying to diss The Weeknd here by saying that The Weeknd's music is played where gay people are. Apparently, that's a bad thing, according to Drake. But I also think it's important to ponder this simple question. Drake, how do you know?
Boys got a little more pride. That's why all your friends dip into Atlanta paying just to find a tour guide. Able run your fucking bread, need to buy some more chains for some more guys. Let me find another street nigga I could take to the game courtside. Let me get a used Ferrari for a rapper, take the nigga on a horse ride. Anything to take a spotlight off the fact the boss is a drugged out little punk sissy from the north side.
As a former Drake fan and a current wannabe serious music critic, I can't help but not take anything that Drake is saying seriously about The Weeknd because it kind of comes from a place of like kind of just homophobia. It feels like I don't really know how else to read this. It's like, why are you spending so much money on your friends? It's like you love them or something. What are you, gay? Oh, why is all of your music playing in Atlanta where all those gay people are? Why is your music playing in these clubs where people have all this pride? Oh, all you do is talk in falsetto. Your voice is so high-pitched. What are you, gay? What are you, a sissy punk? It's like, are you trying to bully him because you because you think he's gay. Like, I just don't really understand the angle, Drake. Like, what's going on, man? Whatever happened to just not liking people because you actually have differences in opinion, or because their behavior bothers you, or because you think that they treat people poorly? Like, where is all of this, like, anti-LGBTQ energy coming from, Drake? It's kind of odd. Now, some people might lazily...
No, I think that that's the only angle he got on the weekend. We all know the weekend's not gay. If he was, whatever, but he's not. But that's the only thing that he believes he got on him, because he ain't got nothing else on. He can't talk numbers to Weekend. He can't talk albums to Weekend. Like, you can't. Like, Drake might have more streams, but monthly listeners, and you can't talk that talk to the Weekend. So he says certain things that he thinks is gonna get on the skin, because the thing I noticed about Drake is he usually does the opposite of what people are. So if the Weeknd talks about women and he's, with girls and this and that, he'll go the opposite direction. Oh, he's not with girls, he's gay. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just weird to me. Let's keep it going.
Say that this is because Drake may not be comfortable with his own sexuality. And if this was not an audio-only show, I might be showing you images of Drake doing things or dressing in a certain way that some people may find feminine. I'm not here to do any of that. I'm just here simply to try and make sense of the lyrics. What is my brother in Christ waffling about with these able disses? I don't get it. Stop spending so much money on your friends. Be more in control of where your music is played. Like, I'm not seeing it, dog. It's not a good look. The next part of this track is dedicated to being upset at A$AP Rocky because he is now with the love of Drake's life, Rihanna.
I'm talking shit again. Gas cause you hit my BM first, nigga. Do the math who I was hitting in. I ain't even know you rap still, cause they only talking about your fit again. Probably gotta have a kid again for you think of dropping any shit again. Even when you do drop, they gon' say you should've modeled cause it's mid again. Smoking 50, but they should've put you on the first one, trying to get it in. Ask Spring if this a good idea, the next time you cuddled in a bed again. Shit, leave it till you leave the boy alone before you get your head split again.
Now, even though Drake is coming from a place of, you're with her, well, I was with her, and you should tell her what I would do if you don't shut up, and if you knew who I was with when you were with them, it's like, bro, you sound like a high schooler right now. Please shut up. I do like the disses about A$AP Rocky not dropping music, because everybody should be dissing him for that. And instead of dropping music, he's just dressing really well. I think that's kind of funny. And Drake's like, even when you do drop music again, people are just going to be like, yeah, it's kind of mid. You should stick to modeling. Like, that's a pretty funny diss. I'm not going to lie. But all the stuff about, like, women is just extremely lame and childish to me. Let's see how this...
I mean, but I don't agree with that. I'm not saying he has to, but I don't agree with that. I think that A$AP Rocky, I think his projects is cool. I think his projects is pretty good. The ones he dropped, I think they're pretty good. I would say this. I will say that I don't know. I can tell that Drake is really jealous of A$AP, because I think that he didn't understand that A$AP Rocky was going to stay with Rihanna and they was going to get married. Like, I think he really, really, really don't understand that. I think that really puzzles him. Like, how is she still with him? They have 2 kids together. How is this? Like, I can't believe this. Like, I think that really puzzles him.
ends.
Get your head split again. Pluto shit made me sick to my stomach. We ain't never really been through it. Lil Wayne, he a fucking lame, so I know he had to be an influence. These niggas had a plan and they finally found a way to rope get into it. 2 separate albums dissing, I just did a Kim to it. Niggas skimmed through it.
Side note, Drake sounds really bored. I'm not gonna lie.
Me and Savage had the hose dripping wet at shows, almost had to swim to it. K-Dot shit is only hitting hard when Baby King put his pen to it.
Yeah, this bar has been memed to death, as if, like, Kendrick's career wouldn't exist without Baby Keem's pen. Baby Keem was playing GameCube, and during his off time of playing Super Smash Brothers, he was writing Good Kid, Mad City for Kendrick. Yeah, for sure, Lawbury.
Ross calling me the white boy, and the shit kinda got a ring to it. Cause all these rappers waving white flags while the whole fucking club sing to it.
I understand the completion of the bar, but saying that Ross is calling me a white boy and it kind of has a ring to it just does not come off well, dog.
Murder scene on your man tonight, then come to vigil with the candlelight. Body at the fucking body, and you know Rick reading my Miranda rights. I'm going on vacation, I hope next time y'all play.
That was fucking Rick reading my Miranda rights. That was pretty fire. Let's keep going.
Off well, dog.
Murder scene on your man tonight, then come to vigil with the candlelight. Body at the fucking body, and you know Rick reading my Miranda rights. I'm going on vacation, I hope next time y'all plan it right. Cause you gotta pay for saying my name. Guess now niggas understand the price, man. What?
It's super funny, by the way, to say you're going on vacation and then drop another whole verse and then drop another whole song after. Also, the third verse starts with the single worst aged bar from this entire song by a mile.
Yeah.
Hey, Kendrick just opened his mouth. Someone go hand him a Grammy right now.
5.
Where's your uncle at? Cause I wanna talk to the man of the house.
This is a reference to Kendrick Lamar's song
Kendrick just opened his mouth. Somebody go get him a Grammy right now. Oh man, that bar did age bad. That was probably the worst aged bar ever. Cause you won off of the next song after this. Well, it was 2 songs after this. Song after the next song. And it was 5 Grammys because of that one song. Yeah, that was crazy.
Anti-Diaries on Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, and the diss is just Drake being transphobic. Cool.
West Coast niggas do phase, right? Come get this ass whooping, I'm handing them out. You wanna take off for real? Then come get his legacy out of my house. A cease and desist is for hoes. Can't listen to lies that come out of your mouth.
A cease and desist is for hoes. Well, I'm sure Drake would never, ever file a lawsuit in regards to some disses. He wouldn't do that, so this actually aged perfectly fine.
Beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watching.
You caught a Tupac estate and begged them to sue me and get that shit down. I'm losing perspective on beef. Boy, when the same beat and I kill you for fun. Your daddy got robbed by Top.
He figured he'd get on these niggas' good sides. Free chicken every time Anthony posted in line. 2 extra biscuits. Anthony liked them and then let him slide.
Does Drake even music, lyrics, song? Does he even know words?
Yeah, he messed up like 3 times in this verse. I don't think Kendrick Father ever got robbed by Top. That's number 1. Number 2, you said you want to speak to the man of the house about the Auntie, or not the Auntie Diaries. When you said that Kendrick was touched, I don't think Drake is listening. I think people are telling him what this is, but no, he's not listening to these songs. Well, he wasn't.
Words, what they mean.
Anthony set up the plays. Kojo be charging you double for none. They shook about what I'ma say. But texting your phone like we already won. You tell me what I shouldn't say. But fucking my nigga, it's already done. We already know it's a 20v1. We already know.
There it go right there. That was when they had the conversation. He said it right there. Right there.
For none, they shook about what I'ma say. But texting your phone like we already won. You tell me what I shouldn't say. But fucking my nigga, it's already done. We already know it's a 20v1. We already know why you went number 1. It's clearly because of the boy. The honorable thing is to give me the loot.
That is a pretty funny line. The honorable thing is to give me the loot is such a Drake thing to say, but for him to be like, it was only such a great song and only performed so well because you were dissing me. I mean, yeah, but is that like a flex? Oh, you got a number 1 song for dissing me. Cool. It's not really something to be proud of, but like it's.
But yeah, this is, I don't know. This was before Not Like Us. So he must have predicted, he must have knew that Kendrick was gonna go number 1. Cause this is before Not Like Us. We didn't even hear Not Like Us yet. And did Euphoria go number 1? I don't think Euphoria went number 1. It might have went number 1. But yeah, let's run it back a little bit.
Yeah, but is that like a flex? Oh, you got a #1 song for dissing me. Cool. It's not really something to be proud of. But like it's still like a funny bar. It's all right, I guess.
Give me the loot. You right about fuck the big three. It's only Big D in this video proof.
Dude! What the fuck?
Drake is really out here unironically like, but my is huge.
Bro. This nigga said, you're right about fuck the big three. It's only Big D in this video proof. And he's talking about when he put out a video of him jerking off. How is this real? I don't understand. How is this real? How is this real? This is crazy. It's only Big D in this video proof. Oh my God.
Brother, look within.
My son should go play at the park. 2 light-skinned kids, the shit would be cute. Unless you don't want to be seen with anyone that isn't blacker than you. We get it, we got it. The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. We get that you like to put gin in your juice. We get that you think that you bishop and juice. When you put your hands on your girl, is it self-defense because she bigger than you?
If there was any merit to this claim at all, this would probably be the funniest line in the song. Unfortunately for Drake, it seems like Kendrick and Whitney are doing awesome.
Your back is up against the curb. You digging for dirt, should be digging for proof. Why did you move to New York? Is it because you live in that bachelor life? Proposed in 2015, but don't want to make her your actual wife. I'm guessing this wedding ain't happening right, because we know the girls that you actually like. The darkest secrets are coming to light. It's all on your face like what happened to Mike. Oh shit.
Still don't really understand the significance of the "why did you move to New York" line. It's pretty odd to me. Also, the implication that the only reason Kendrick and Whitney aren't legally married, according to Drake, I guess, is because Kendrick loves white women. It's like funny, but not for the reason that Drake wants it to be funny. It's just a funny.
Kendrick Lamar was gonna be cheating regardless. Would it matter? Like, why did you move to New York? Because I was doing a movie out there. Bro.
Assertion, but like I don't think there's any truth to it.
Like what happened to Mike? Oh shit. It's all making sense. Maybe I'm Prince and you actually Mike. Michael was praying his features would change, so people believe that he's actually white. Top will make you do features for change. Get on pop breakers and rap for the whites.
Rap for the whites? Rap for the whites is crazy. Also, Drake literally.
Bro, this song is terrible. Now that I think about it, this is terrible. This song is terrible. It was good when I first heard it. Now that I'm listening to it now, it's terrible. Get on the song and rap for the whites. What did he say before that? What did he say before that?
Features for change. Get on pop breakers and rap for the whites.
Rap.
It's all making sense. Maybe I'm
Reason that Drake wants it to be funny. It's just a funny assertion, but like I don't think there's any truth to it.
like what happened to Mike. Oh shit. It's all making sense. Maybe I'm Prince and you actually Mike. Michael was praying his features would change, so people believe that he's actually white. Top will make you do features for change.
Did Michael Jackson actually think that? Did Michael Jackson actually think that he could change his features and people would actually think he was white? I know a lot of people say that Michael Jackson had a skin pigmentation disease, something like that. But did he really think that? Some people say that's true. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't know.
Get on pop breakers and rap for the whites.
Rap for the whites? Rap for the whites is crazy. Also, Drake literally did a song with Justin Bieber, so I'm not trying to hear it, buddy.
And wait, you say your brother Jermaine, but you only him to stay out of the light. Oh shit, just follow me right, cause nothing you saying could bother me right. I get off the plane and nothing has changed. I headed to Lala with all of my ice.
Nothing you saying could bother me right is a pretty crazy thing to say before you sue somebody over the things that they say. Nothing you're saying could bother me. Actually, the things that you've said have bothered me so much that I am going to war with an entire company via lawsuit. Nah, nothing's changed, bro. He's just headed to Delilah with all of his eyes. All right, man, sure. You're totally not bothered at all.
I'm gonna sue. I'm gonna sue.
Delilah with all of my ice. Hit the Delilah with all of my ice. This shit gotta be over by now for anyone out here that's calling it right. You did. You did. You did.
You did. You did. This track ends with another assertion by Labrie that Kendrick, in fact, beat Whitney. And it's been a year, and nobody believes that. So where does that leave us? One of the single most popular videos on my YouTube channel is talking about how terribly Family Matters aged as a diss track, and somehow it's gotten much worse. I don't really see a point in trying to rate this track. The second verse was okay, I guess. A lot of weird homophobic stuff in there. First verse was pretty boring and the disses are kind of bad. The third verse has like the coolest instrumental, but it's just so weird to juxtapose like our kids should play at the park, but also you're like domestically abusing somebody. Like it's just really bad. So yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit. Maybe I'm pressing you actually, Mike. That was pretty funny. The second verse, I told you, I like the second verse. It wasn't super fire, but it was the best out of the whole joint. I like how he rapped. I actually like when Drake rap like that. I think that's his bag. He should stick to that bag. But yeah, all the rest of the joints is trash. Song overall, I give I'll give it a 5 out of 10. I give it a 5. I think he could have did much better. You know what I'm saying? I think he tried to match Kendrick's energy with the Euphoria, but it just wasn't happening. Now that I go back and listen to this and listen to that, yeah, Euphoria is much better than Family Matters. There's no contest. So thank y'all for joining me. I appreciate y'all. You know what I mean? Tell me what y'all think about Family Matters. Did it age well? Didn't age well? How y'all feel about it? And yeah, man. We'll see you on the next one. Peace. Bye.